I think that's an important convo to have, especially for the musicians and creatives, how they can still make money even though they are focused on music. What was your formula?
It's 100% authenticity. Don't try to be anything other than what you are. But my one suggestion is don't use hashtags ever. If you show no hashtag, it throws your music to everyone. You can make
Right.
the best music in the world, but if no one hears it, no one's going to buy it.
I think this week's episode is going to be quite an interesting one. I'm going to introduce him as Adam the 10 guy simply because that's the name on his StreamYard name. We got introduced through a third party management. That's correct, Adam?
Yeah.
Right. And Adam is familiar with TikToks and he has done music stuff before in his past as well. So I'm gonna let Adam kind of just talk to us a bit about his past and what he's been doing, and then get into the entrepreneurial side, because I think that's an important convo to have, especially for the musicians and creatives, how they can still make money even though they are focused on music. So tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, thanks for having me on. And this is a music kind of centered podcast. We're going to get to that. So I'll just introduce myself a little bit.
Yeah.
My name's Adam. The day I graduated college, I started a party rental company and threw myself into business, which is entrepreneurship. Back in college, we were making music, all kinds of music, and we were making beats for a guy out of Buffalo called Noble Truth. He's since changed his name to Che Hawk.
Right.
He liked our beats. Once I graduated college and was starting a business, that all went to the side. I don't make beats anymore. And anyways, the beats that I were making in the early 2000s are no longer relevant. No one cares about those anymore. So basically, I've been doing entrepreneurship since 2005 and learning everything about that. And then I started doing YouTube, teaching people the party rental business. And then I joined TikTok to try to learn some other business ideas. And I realized that there was just a bunch of junk on there. A lot of click this, do that, go to print on demand, drop ship, just a bunch of they're easy videos to make and a bunch of hype words, but not really interesting. So I started making videos about real side hustles that I know exist, that I've either done, people I know that do, people, they actually make money. They're not just some scammy stuff online. And then I accidentally blew up on there without trying. I got to 90,000 people.
Wow.
And that just kind of happened.
Wow. So now that we kind of have a sense that Adam he has some connection to music, which is important. What was the thing you think worked for you in terms of blowing up on TikTok? Because I'm sure there's a musician right now I know is focused on trying to make some beat or sing some kind of riff challenge, something on TikTok, and it's not working. What was your formula?
It's 100% authenticity. You don't try to be anything other than what you are. If you're kind of a mellow person, that's just what you're going to be. If you're excitable, that's what you are. Don't do what a lot of people do where they change their voice and they get all excited hey guys, I'm making this today, you want to check? Just be yo, I made this, da-da-da. Music side, so a lot of people are more, I think, old school. You just show the song once, you show the video. But when you really watch the people who are kind of blowing up musically on TikTok, they are using their one song over and over and over in various videos.
Their own songs.
Yeah, their own songs.
Okay.
30, 40, 50 times in various unique ways. They're not just filming a music video and that's it. There was this one punk rock band, and they were constantly playing their song, it was playing and they were faking it. You'd open a bathroom and they'd be in there playing it. Whatever. It's hard to explain, but if you're just following other musicians on TikTok, you'll start seeing oh, that's interesting how they used it there. And it's like I said, it's not just showing the music video over and over and over.
Okay, so what would you say is the statistical divide, I would say, on TikTok? What are the content creators creating? So what percentage do you think are musicians? What percentage are the actors? Because we've seen all the TikTok is full of stuff. Who's the most successful in that regard, and how do we beat this system, in quotes?
Well, obviously we know that music blows up on TikTok. So it's hard to say statistically, because my TikTok, which is what I thought TikTok was, is one thing. My girlfriend started TikTok and she's seeing all this stuff that she doesn't want to see, and I'm saying, all right, go past it or say you don't want to see it. Now her
Right.
TikTok has become all self-help, nutrition kind of stuff like that. I didn't even know that stuff was on TikTok because it didn't show it to me. So
Right.
TikTok is all over the place for everyone. But my one suggestion is don't use hashtags ever.
Mm.
You stop using hashtags completely, because if you use a hashtag, it's only going to show that stuff to people who have
Who searched
previously
that?
followed that or searched it or whatever. If you show no hashtag, it throws your music to everyone trying to figure out where you go, so more people are going to see it. So never use a hashtag. Maybe every 10th to 20th video use some hashtags, so you're staying within that core audience that's searching for you. But in general, no hashtags, just every once in a while.
What are the most popular genres you'd see on TikTok? Because if we want to tell a young musician, well, all right, so we have this beat or something that they've created, and they want to make it on TikTok per se, or social media in general. What direction should they put that creative skill to? Pop, rock,
Oh,
rap,
it does
hip
not
hop?
does not matter. It's going to, number one, it's going to show it to people who are interested in your kind of music, and number two, you're not using hashtags. It's going to throw it to everyone. So it's all music on there. And if you lean country, you're probably going to see more country stuff when you go on TikTok. If you lean hip hop, you're probably going to see that more. But again, if you don't put hashtags, your hip hop stuff might get thrown to a country dude, and he may like it and then decide to follow you.
So the objective is not to limit yourself in terms of, well, this is the audience, because the hashtags are just basically saying it's limiting you to people who have searched your stuff or who will search that trend.
That genre. Yeah, that
Right.
trend, that genre. Yeah. Another thing is what business you're actually in. So like I own a party rental business, and people would say that I'm in the party business, but I'm not. That's the end result of my business, is the party, but my business is material handling and logistics. I need to figure out how to get my stuff from my warehouse to my truck, from my truck to the site, and reverse it. So if I spend most of my time thinking about how to do that the most efficiently and most effectively, that's how I make the most profit.
Right.
People who are making music, they think they're in the music business, and you kind of are if you get signed and whatever, but before you get signed, you're not really in the music business.
Right.
That's just the end. A beat or a song is the end result of what you do. But the business you're actually in is the marketing and self-promoting. You can throw your beats up on those websites that you can sell them.
Yeah.
And just hope people come. Or you can start making content on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and people will see that and then go buy your beats. So obviously you got to focus a lot on making the music, but you also have to focus a lot of time on what business you're actually in, which is the marketing and the self-promotion. You can make the best music in the world, but if no one hears it, no one's going to buy it.
Right. So in this way, then we could say we're not really specifically looking for an audience per se, because TikTok, you want to get to everybody. That's the end goal, you'd say.
Right.
So guys, I hope you all are watching and listening, because I think Adam here he's giving us a real good insight. I think everybody makes the mistake of, well, this is my audience, and that's something I've been asked as a musician as well. Who's your target audience? And I'm like, at this rate, I have a wide audience. Everybody is listening. My point is, you never know who's going to be watching, and you never know who is listening, and your objective is to really get as a broad of audience as possible. Would you agree with that?
Your core people are going to be who are into you, but you never know. I get thrown stuff on TikTok, and it's not like I would have searched for that style of artist or anything, but I get thrown it, and I'm like, oh, these people are interesting, and they're doing interesting videos too. Like, I may not particularly want to buy that CD or whatever, but maybe this girl does kind of hip hop stuff, but she's doing something different where she's playing it acoustic, or someone's playing it acoustic and she's singing it. Or this is another big thing on TikTok, duets. I know you don't know what those are.
Yeah, I know a few things. I'm not on TikTok.
Yeah, so basically you would take your song and take your words out of it, or just give yourself one or two verses on it, and then allow other people to come up with other verses on it, and then that can be like that could be like hundreds of people that make music to your music, and it spreads it out more, opening up for
Right.
collaborations and stuff. Maybe someone who does a duet on it is like really really good. You do the verses and you have her come on and do the remix and do the chorus or something. And then there's like metal bands who might take out the drums and then allow people to do their own drums to it, or take out the lyrics and things like that. So there's a lot of unique things, but big thing is no hashtags. And remember, music is the end result of your business, but no one's going to buy it unless you do what really your business is, marketing and self-promotion. And if you can't do that and you don't know where you're at, it's worth paying someone to do it for you.
Right. Right. So, what advice would you give to? So let's forget the somewhat established mid-range musicians. Let's go for the young new ones that are like, okay, I see TikTok as a thing. I'm scrolling through and I'm seeing people doing this and they blowing up. What advice would you give to that person who may want to get into TikTok?
It's easy advice. You just got to make videos every single day, no matter what, and eventually you're gonna get better and better. When I first started, like I got a decent like looking kind of set behind me right now, but when I first started YouTube and TikTok, it's just my phone pointing at my face.
Right,
then,
right.
Then eventually I bought like a better microphone, I bought a better camera, and it's like slow. You don't right from the beginning start producing music video quality things. So but a lot of people don't even start because they think their stuff's going to look bad or stupid or whatever. But you just got to start, and eventually you'll learn more, to buy more, to get better equipment, and your
Right.
stuff will be better. But if you don't even start, there you are, you're just in your studio making music that no one's hearing.
So we don't shoot for the end goal. So don't look at the looks just yet. So start just making the content and see
Right.
where that goes.
Yeah.
I would agree with that advice because every day, there's and I will say, publicly to the listeners on this podcast, there's always somebody saying, well, we need to work on the set. We need to work on this. And well, COVID came and was like, well, nope, you can't do this, you can't do that, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, well, okay. So we had to find a way. There's always a workaround. And so we built this set per se. But that didn't matter because there are still people who watch the content with or without the set. They're interested not in watching the stuff that's happening around you. They're interested in what you're saying and what you're providing for them, what kind of information that you're giving to them.
What you're
So
doing, what the process is, maybe. Like if you're making a beat, you should be filming the whole thing. If you've got someone singing, you should be filming the whole thing. And then at the end of all that, you can maybe put a montage together of it being created, and then boom, here it is.
I think that's a great way to kind of wrap this conversation. I would love to have Adam on some more because the thing is that you seem like a real knowledgeable person. You seem like you have the experience. And the main thing is that you have the experience of the what we call the blow up. Not many people, you don't get to encounter people who, well, they make it overnight. Well, when I say make it overnight, you hit the target for a lot of other people around there, and then you could still come back and say, well, what you don't want to do is this, that, and the other. And I think that's such a gem to have. And congrats on the TikTok success. Keep doing what you're doing. Definitely the podcast will be getting more on TikTok for sure. Anything you want to tell the people before we wrap? Do you want to tell them where you could find you?
Yeah, so it would be Real World Side Hustles on TikTok, and there's also YouTube and Instagram for that, and that's talking about all these hundreds of different business ideas and business concepts, like the business concept of know what actual business you're in. And guys, I said it 3 times so far, just remember, music is the end result of what you do, but your main business is marketing and self-promotion. If you don't do that, then no one's going to hear your stuff. And we all know the stories of people who that's how they blew up. Lil Nas X would still be a nobody if he didn't go self-promote, and he was on Reddit and he was making questions that would say, who plays that, who made that song? He made that himself, and then he answered it himself under a different account. And he made himself blow up. And same with a lot of newer artists.
Thank you, Adam, again for your time. Guys, that's it. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Check out Adam's socials. Please go and follow the man on TikTok. And we will see y'all and hear y'all on the next one.